guys, welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Sword! Last time, we managed to chase down those pesky Quick Slowpoke to get back Claire's dojo uniform, and also got ourselves some Max Mushrooms to make Max Soup, which we can now do if we talk to this guy. Yeah, we'll be doing that in a bit, when the plot kind of settles down, and we're in a good spot to do so, but we will be showing it off very soon. In today's episode, we're gonna see what's up with Mustard, because he wanted to talk to us about something, and I imagine it must be very important. You know? Perfect. Now it's sure to work. All that's left is to fire it up with the on button. So, here we go! Let's push it! Arrgh! Cripes! It powered down! Must still need more watts. Yeah, we'll see what's up with you in a bit, Hyde. I'm a little more concerned about what Mustard wants to speak with us about. There you are, Christine, Clara. Thanks for coming. So? What's this all about, Master? What did you want to tell us? Right. Well, I've decided that you two will now take the Master Dojo's final, last, ultimate, third trial! Dun dun dun! The final, last, ultimate, third trial? Yeah, all those words kind of condescend each other in the same sentence. Wow. What's that? So basically this is the last trial? Well yes, that's the gist of it. You two are the only ones who successfully finished the second trial. You pushed each other to greater heights and helped each other grow. If you put it that way. So I'd say it's time to finally see who's stronger in a Dynamax Pokemon battle. We're going to battle? That's the last trial? Yep, the rules are simple. Whoever wins will complete the trial. The winner will be granted the secret armor of the Master Dojo. This is it! Finally! But can I? What's wrong, Clara? Can't take the heat? The battle will be held in the Battle Court, behind the Master Dojo. The court is a power spot, so you can Dynamax to your heart's content. I've gotta get going! I need to go there right away to prepare my pure heart for this. I'm going on ahead, okay? You can laze about like a slowpoke and take as much time as you need. Clara, she's got talent, that's for sure, but it's caused her to slack off. She's never felt the need to try hard at anything, I guess. Yeah, I guess hence the conversation with Honey earlier about this being the first thing she's tried hard at. Even with her training her at the dojo, I can tell she's been doing just the bare minimum. Yeah. But things have changed since you arrived, Christine. Maybe you've helped awaken some sort of passion and drive in her, eh? Yeah, I guess her jealousy, because I kind of took her spot. Still, I only hope that motivation isn't put towards anything mischievous. Yeah, me too, Mustard. Me too. Alright, before we head off into battle, I think it's only fair that we see what's going on with Hyde. So, does my experience charm seem to be working as intended? I guess. Sure. What is this thing? Some sort of machine made out of junk parts to look like a Pokemon? You like it? No, it's ugly. You wouldn't get it anyway. Yes, I wouldn't get it. I'm not on the same level as you. Alright, I guess I'm the least bit curious about it. You like it? Sure. Yeah, I thought you might be the type. That's my Cram-O-Matic, and just to be clear, it's the invention of the century. It's my very own brilliant take on recycling. Yeah, I'm not sure how this stacks up in the year that this is posted. I doubt it's outdated, but yeah. Though it doesn't do a thing right now, since it's out of power. If I just had enough watts. But Mommy won't give me any more of hers. Yeah, this sounds like a side quest that we could take on. We'll do that in a little bit. It's not really the main focus of what we need to do right now, but we'll keep it in the back of our heads. You know, we have plenty of watts that we can spare this guy. You know, we'll be getting a lot more as we go about the Isle of Armor. Alright, before we set off into battle, I want to check and see if I need to heal up my team. No, the game does it again. Yeah, I think for this fight, we probably don't want Shadow Claw on the front, so I'm gonna put Kamiya in there instead. Give her some more time to shine, and I think we'll do well. Yeah, I mean, we bested Clara in the first two fights. I can't imagine her being any tougher. Yeah, we got a very big stadium. Very fitting for Dynamaxing Pokemon. Yeah, I see you wasted no time in coming over here, Clara. All by yourself. You're here. When I beat you, I'll get the secret armor. And then I'll become a poison-type gym leader. Yeah, you're gonna have some competition there. Yeah, have you met Koga and Janine? I've got to win, no matter what. I'm gonna go all out and totally beat you. You ready? No. Huh? Oh, come on! You're gonna leave me hanging after all this? Well, whatever. Yeah, no, I am totally ready to battle you. Yes, I was born ready. Looks like the two of you are ready. Good luck. I'm cheering for both of you. Alright, you two, take your places. Yeah, we've got an audience. Cool. The Master Dojo's final trial. Ready! And go! Yeah, you ready for me, Clara? Have you brought stronger Pokemon? Well, you have a Skorupi. Yeah, I came fully prepared. I'm not holding a single thing back anymore. Time to settle this fair and square. Oh, and maybe watch your step. Looks like some puck spikes somehow got on the battle court. Yeah, how very convenient. Yeah, yeah, we could Dynamax right off the bat, but that's not a very wise strategy. You know what? I'm gonna go for the Air Slash. Sorry, my dear Pokemon. I should have given better directions, but hang in there. You've got this. Oh! How did we survive that? Aha! That's right. Let the poor poison drive you crazy! I don't know how we managed to survive that fight, but I'm very glad we did. Alright, that's a good start to the battle for us. Yeah, we also got a level up on Camilla. Wheezing. We're gonna stay in. I know that I'm probably gonna get knocked out this turn, but we'll see what we can do. Alright. At least it did some damage. And it wouldn't have mattered because it had insurance. Alright, well... I do want Camilla to get the experience this battle, because she is lagging behind in the levels a bit. Wow, we didn't even feel the effects of those toxic spikes. Yeah. Ouch, that hurt. Go for discharge. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And yeah, paralysis. I'll take that. Yeah, we got Volt Zapper joining level 50! Ah, Whirlipede. Ah. Could send out Snowball for this one. I'm considering it because I think we want Camilla. For the final Pokemon, maybe? Yeah, we'll bring out Snowball again. See how we do. You know, we have been getting very lucky, freezing this Whirlipede. Yeah, not this time though, but I think we'll be okay. Yeah, we might be able to take one more of those. Do I tempt bait though? Oh, you're not even going for that. What? Alright. Cool. Yeah, Kratos, unfortunately, is very low level. You know what, we could send Volt Zapper back out. I think we'll do that. There we go. Yeah, you show about done, Volt Zapper. Yeah, we got Camilla up to level 47, and level 44 on Kratos, and level 49 on Akuma. Yeah, we haven't really been using Akuma too much. They will not be useful for our last Pokemon, which is Slowbro! Hey, I've got a decision to make here. Don't I? I don't have anything that's too super effective, except for Shadow Claw. Yeah, this kind of stinks, because I've got 2 Pokemon that are weak to Psychic moves. 1 Pokemon that's weak to Poison moves. So, I gotta think about this. Alright, I'm gonna send Akuma out. This is very risky. It is. There's no way I'm losing. I ain't gonna go to the bitter end. Yeah, we got Galarian Slowbro, actually. Yeah, our first time seeing it in the game. We can get one of our own very soon. So I will be showing that off when we can. It's gonna most likely attack first. Maybe. I could just Dynamax right off the bat, but then that does decrease my fighting type power with my moves. I could just fake out right off the bat and just make it flinch, but I don't know if that affects it during its Dynamax. So I think I'm gonna go for the close combat. I need to hit this thing hard if I'm able to. Watch out, audience! 1 dose of Clara Poison and there's no turning back! Yeah, we also get to see Dynamax Galarian Slowbro for the first time. I mean, it looks pretty cool. I figured... there's no chance of Akuma surviving that. Alright, actually... yeah, let's put Camille out. I want to try something. Oh, dang it. Yeah, I was hoping that her Galarian Slowbro was a male so I could attract it. Yeah, that's not gonna happen, is it? It's gonna attack first either way, unless I somehow outspeed, but I honestly don't think I'm going to. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna max revive Snowball. I think she's our best bet to taking on this Pokemon. And oh, you actually have a water move. Ouch. Well, that's not good. It's powering up your water type move. Alright, yeah, the problem that I'm gonna encounter here is my ability. Yeah, let me check something. I could just immediately get rid of the... yeah, I probably should. You don't want to do Max Knuckle, that wouldn't be wise. Wouldn't even be doing that much damage. You know what? We'll go for the Max Hailstorm. Okay, we actually outspeed it too. That's kind of amazing. Yeah, I need to get that rain out of the way right now. Be safe, Atos makes the poison, so have seconds. Here's a full course feast of venom. Yeah. Oh, good job, Snowball. Don't like that. Don't like that at all. And yeah, your Dynamax ran out. Yeah, that's an advantage to not Dynamaxing on the same turn as your opponent. Yeah, this should be doing quite a bit more damage to you now that you don't have your bulk. Yeah, if we're able to survive one more hit. We're not. Wishful thinking. Alright, you know what? Send out Chronos. Because we do have something against you that will be very useful. Yeah, taste my protect. Yeah, at least it bought me a turn to figure out what I want to do here. Alright, I don't think Dragon Breath's gonna be doing too much. Maybe. I'm gonna go for the Ancient Power. Oh, alright, well we got all of our stats raised. That's a good sign. Oh, what? Chronos! I mean, it doesn't matter because we get hit by the hail anyway, but wow. Alright, we could send out anybody for this. Maybe. Yeah, Shadow Claw, as of right now, is not the best Pokemon to send out in terms of type coverage, but they're our only hope right now. And the only one at full HP. Yeah, we're gonna go for the Sucker Punch. It's risky, but it should hit if it's readying an attack. Yes! Yeah! Did it! Yeah, take that, Clara! Sadly, only 2 members of my team got experience from it. But I didn't hold back! I gave it everything I got! Yeah, your best wasn't good enough. The victor has been decided! The one to complete the 3rd trial is you, Christine! Hooray! Hooray! That was amazing! What a fierce battle! Oh, well done! You both gave it your all. Oh man! I totally lost! That you did, Clara. Ha! Well, this stinks. I do everything, even cheat a little, and still lose. I don't expect a young, talented kid like you to really get it, but I really was trying, you know? As hard as I could. Maybe it's time for me to just give up on my dream of being a gym leader. Well, I mean, if you approach it in a different way that doesn't involve cheating, maybe you'll have a fair shot at it. Once they find out what I did, I'll be expelled from the dojo anyway. Christine, you can tell tell the master that I cheated. You know, I could. But at the same time, I'm not going to. You know what? I'm a nice person. Huh? But why? It was supposed to be a fair battle, and I cheated just so I could win. That's your strength, Christine. Kindness towards both your Pokemon and your rivals. Master! I should apologize on Claire's behalf too, as her master. What she did was wrong, but she just didn't want to be beaten by her rival. That's all. She's a good, hardworking student. Sure. Master! Thank you! I'm sorry! Christine! As for your punishment, Clara, you're going to look after the Pokemon in the dojo for 6 months. By yourself! That sounds harsh, Mustard. What? I mean, yeah, that's a lot of work, but is that all? Of course. Let's work on strengthening your heart. Oh, okay. Alright, everyone. Things are settled here. I'm so proud of you both. You mustered so much effort and tried so hard. I got so teared up, but I couldn't even see half the battle. But what I saw was amazing. So moving. I'm tearing up. Christine, you gave it your best and triumphed, even when faced with an unfair challenge. Yeah, I mean, the challenge wasn't just that she cheated. My levels were kind of low. To you, who has completed all the trials, I grant the secret armor of the Master Dojo. It'll take some time to prepare, so I'll go ahead and get things sorted. And that's all, gang, as you were. Christine! Or Christine! Well... Okay, we got Claire's Elite card. You're really strong! Thanks! Yeah, so just like that, we're back outside, or in the dojo, I should say. Yeah, I've talked to you again. Do restores to the battle court? Yeah, you're just gonna say the same thing, aren't you? Because we're not allowed in that area yet. Yeah, if we go over here, I believe we have to meet with Master Mustard again. Who's actually not in this room, apparently. Yeah. Ah, there you are, Christine. Keeping this old man waiting. Since you've completed all 3 trials, I give you the secret armor of the Master Dojo. Now then, come on out! Aw, so cute! Yeah, I guess you really don't like having an audience, do you? Bear? This Pokemon is in fact the secret armor of the Master Dojo. Say hello to Kugbu! I know. It's tiny. But raise it with diligence, and it'll become strong enough to see you through any battle. Just like a suit of armor. No opponent will be able to get past it. This one in particular has amazing potential. Problem is, it's a bit shy. It just doesn't seem to have much confidence in itself. You don't say. So I was thinking, Christine. Maybe if it joins you on your adventure, that will help it break out of its shell a little bit. So take good care of Kubfu, okay? It's in your hands now. Paparama? Kubfu became your Pokemon! Yeah, it seems like everybody wants to be our Pokemon today. At least in this recording session, that is. Yeah, Kubfu, the Wushu Pokemon. Kubfu trains hard to perfect its moves. The moves it masters will determine which form it takes when it evolves. Yeah, we're not going to be nicknaming our Kubfu just yet, but we will be later on. Not in this episode, most likely, but, you know, very soon. We can at least check out its nature, and hopefully we got at least something decent. Oh, we got a girl? What? I'm gonna admit this. I thought that Kubfu would have been genderless. I don't know. Maybe I was just remembering something from S.H.I.E.L.D. incorrectly, but wow, we got a girl. That's gotta be rare, I imagine. Yeah, inner focus for the ability. We got an attack increasing nature. I like that. Brave nature. That's pretty good, I guess. I mean, we have an attack increasing nature, and most fighting types are physical attackers, so I'm not going to complain too much about it. And our speed stat isn't that low compared to the rest of our stats. So, wow! Yeah, again, I'm not going to nickname his Pokemon for a little while, but I'm just... wow! 2 gift Pokemon that are female. I don't even know what to say there, but we'll bring this little Pokemon out in a little bit. Now then. Or it could just be in the cutscene still. The first thing for you to do is become best friends with Kubfu. You need to build trust. Kubfu hasn't really had a chance to explore the world outside the dojo, so maybe it'll help you become better friends if you let it have a look around. Maybe take it to a spot that has a great view of the Isle of Armor. I'm sure that every area in the Isle of Armor can have a great view. Especially in certain weather conditions like a sunset. I'll have my students standing at good spots, so just keep an eye out. Yeah, it sounds like they're not too happy about that. And, of course, having battles or camping out together will also help you become more friendly toward each other. Ah, yes! Camping in the Isle of Armor. Can't wait for that. What else? Oh, I know! I hereby grant you permission to keep a Pokemon out of its Pokeball here in the Isle of Armor. Where was this feature in the main part of the game? Because in Pokemon Let's Go, you were allowed to always have Pokemon out of their Pokeballs. Oh my gosh. You can now let the Pokemon at the head of your team out of its Pokeball and take it for a stroll. You'll be friends in no time if you walk together. Go and take a stroll with Kubfu, why don't you? Once you're best buddies, we'll start Kubfu's training in earnest. Just stop by and let me know once you think you're ready. Yeah. Yeah, so it looks like we're gonna have to have Kubfu in the party. We'll figure that out in due time. We do need to meet up with Master Mustard once we're ready. So we do have time to prepare, and Yeah, prepare we will do, and... yeah, I bet this is better done on a new day, actually, because it's currently nighttime in the game, so... yeah, we're gonna have to do this later. Won't we someone? No, but who would gather that many? Okay. Not sure what that is. Oh, Christy, just the person I wanted to see. Tell me. Do you collect Watts? We could just play dumb and be like, what are Watts? Sure do. Of course you do. You're such a pro at all this, Christine. I'll have you know that the Watt business is positively booming right now around here. They say those who hold the most Watts hold the keys to success. Yeah. I've actually been trying to gather up Watts to spruce up the dojo a bit. Get some more gear. But both my darling hubby and my son are more of the indoor types, you know? And it's pretty hard for me to collect that many Watts all on my own. If you ever happen to have some Watts to spare, Christine, I'd be glad to take them. Oh, but I wouldn't ask you to give them to me and not get anything in return. This would be a business transaction, of course. I'll reward you for your generosity. Whenever you have some extra Watts, simply come and talk to me. Yeah, this is another little side quest that we can do. Well, we'll work towards it, you know, because we don't want to do it all at one time. But yeah, we'll keep checking in with Honey and we'll, you know, see what we get for it. You know, it's going to be a lot of trips out of the wild area and the Isle of Armor, so we're not going to get it all at one time, but it's something we can slowly work towards, you know, as we're going around with Kumpu later. Alright, it is a new day, actually, because I wanted to start Kumpu's training in the daylight since we're going to be sightseeing quite a bit. But first, I want to talk to Honey because there are a couple of things that we could use in this dojo, and she mentioned that we can give her Watts and there will be rewards, kind of. So let's share some Watts. Yeah, we'll start with 5,000. I think that's the first goalpost that we need to work towards. With over 5,000 Watts, I can afford to have a hairstylist come work here at the dojo, too. Nice. Now, this is not really a necessity. More or less just being nice to have, so we don't have to go back to the mainland. Hello? Hello? Is this the hair salon? Yes, this is Honey from the Master Dojo. I was wondering if you could spare a stylist to come enjoy the lovely island life with us. Yes, that's right. The Isle of Armor. They're sending someone right over. Oh, hey, that was quick. Hello, Dojo. It's lovely to meet you all. I'm your new hairstylist. But I can't bear all the secret arts of hairstyling to you all. So when you'd like to have something done, please call on me in this room here. No cameras allowed. And no speaking of what you see inside this room. Yeah, I guess some people like their privacy. Now that's a real pro. True masters are always picky about the craft. Hee! But now we can always look our best, even out here in the wilds. Yes, it's very important because we all know what humidity does to our hair. Yeah, I myself included. Yeah, so if we do the next one... yeah, she'll tell you what the next goalpost is. I think that actually also tells you what you're working towards. I'm gonna just do another 5,000 Watts. We have enough Watts. Way more than enough. And since we gathered over 10,000 Watts, I can order a Rotimi terminal for the dojo! Yes! This is pretty important because we'd otherwise have to go back to the mainland to sort out our Pokemon. Hello? Hello? Is this the Pokemon Center? This is Honey from the Master Dojo. I'd like to buy one of your Rotimi terminals for some Watts, but what do you say? Yes, that's right. We were able to make a deal, and I got them to send it right over at once. Yeah, it's like you guys have some sort of teleportation machine, because that hairstylist lady got here pretty quick. Though, this doesn't look quite right. There's something written on the screen here. Now, let me see. Thank you for your purchase. To get your new Rotimi up and running, you must first install our proprietary software. Oh. Yeah, in other words, batteries not included. To order your copy today, contact their sales department at... What? They're simply trying to gouge us for more watts. Of all the greedy, convening business practices. Yeah. I'm awfully sorry about this, Christine. But it looks like we'll need a bit more of your help to get our Rotimi up and running. Yes, in other words, we gotta give Honey some more watts. Alright, we gotta share some more watts if we want a working Rotimi machine. Yeah, let's do 10,000 watts. Oh, Christine, you've given us 20,000 watts so far, and now that we've exceeded 20,000, we can finally get a Rotimi up and running. Yeah, I guess it's not cheap to hire mechanical people. Hello, is this the Pokemon Center? Honey from the Master Dojo. Yes, again, fancy that. Yeah. We ordered a Rotimi from you a little while back. Yes, it does look lovely. But we'd rather prefer it to actually work, too. Could you send someone right over? Now that that's taken care of, let's fire it up. Roto! Pleased to greet you, Miss Honey. Rotimi at your service. Bzz. And am I delighted to hear it. I'm sure you'll be worth every last watt you've cost us. In fact, we'll make sure of it. Our Rotimi is up and running thanks to your watts, Christine. So be sure to use it plenty. Yes, so we'll be using that a lot. As I've said before, we would have to fly back to the mainland. And you could do that, you know, because there are some things to do every day in Galar, but... yeah, it's just a lot easier to have us here, especially when we're going to be catching a lot of Pokemon and swapping teams in and out, so... yeah, this is the most important thing that I wanted to work towards right now. There are some other things, you know, as we give Honey more watts, but we'll work towards those a little later. Alright, so I want to show off a couple of things that I did off screen. Yeah. I nicknamed both of my Pokemon because the game wants us to travel around with Kung-Fu now, so I figured it was a good time as any to give her a name. Yeah, but first, Squirtle is going to be Little Squirt. I might change the name later because I couldn't really come up with anything too great, and any Squirtle or Blastoise I've had in any playthrough, I've named him Blue or Titus because I've never had a girl. Kung-Fu. I nicknamed her Kaida. I like the name. It's not terrible. And we do have to decide which Pokemon is going to be put in the box for her. Because, yeah, as much as we could travel around with this full team of 6, we have to eventually work on training Kung-Fu and seeing all the sights. Yeah, I've decided that we're going to actually box Snowball. I was going to box Kronos, actually, but they're very low level, and I think we need to get their levels up. So I don't want them to be falling too behind if we did that. But yeah, I think Snowball is going to be the least useful Pokemon going forward. We are going to be bringing her back, obviously. But, you know, for now, because we have to train up our Kung-Fu, we're going to be boxing her for a bit. And I think we're good to start our training with Kung-Fu at long last. Yeah, so I guess the first thing that's noticeably different after leaving the dojo is that we got our Pokemon following us. Yeah, what do you gotta say, Kamiya? Yeah, we'll swap out our lead as we go around the Isle of Armor. What do you gotta say? Watcher, I'm your Watch Trader. You want to get something? Yeah, so you do have various people you can talk to get items. However, they're not gonna be as great of a selection as you would get in the Galar region. But you still got the basics, which is pretty good. Yeah, you can get a wishing piece for 3,000 watts if you want. You know, personally, I would save your Watts and just go about the Isle of Armor in the wild area, because you are going to find at least one wishing piece somewhere there. But it's there if you want it. Yeah, so this lady will sell you some berries. Again, it's just the basics. It's not anything too great. You're better off just picking berry trees to get what you want. You know, or maybe just get a better selection. But it's still there if you need it. Yeah, I've got plenty of these myself, so I'm gonna pass on that. And if we talk to you, you have cooking ingredients! Yeah, we have 32 packs of sausages. Oddly enough, most of these were actually gotten from the PokeJob EV training seminars. Yeah, I just commonly kept getting that each time I checked those. Yeah, we have a new one, Brittle Bones. I'm gonna get at least 5 of these. You know, we probably won't be cooking in this episode, but I do want to show off camping at least a few times in the Isle of Armor while we're here. Yeah, if we go over here, I think there's an item. Yeah. Yeah, we got TR-64 Focus Blast. Yeah, user heightens its mental focus and unleashes its power, so I also lower the target's special defense stat. Yeah, it's a pretty good move, I guess. Yeah, we go over here, we got another item. A bottle of HP up. That we don't have. Yeah, we could buy this in the Pokemon Center in Galar. I actually forget which one will give you the vitamins, but you can get those there. Yeah, we might end up selling it if we don't use it. So it's at least good for that. Tart apple. Yeah, I'm gonna collect as many Watts as I can. Most of these are not gonna be collected on screen, but I do wanna try to work towards that, especially for the benchmarks for honey. Hey! We got a Diglett. Ta-da! Yeah, as I've said before, we're not going to be showing all of these on screen, but I guess I can at least show off where the ones are in this area. Yeah, it also tells you how many more Diglett you need to find where you're at. So, 17 more Diglett! That's going to be fun. Oh, we got one right here! Diasa! Yeah, I kind of don't like being on the bike when I search for these, because I could very easily ride past one of them and not even know it, and then I spend so much time trying to look for it. But yeah, they at least make the ones in this area pretty easy to spot. You know, compared to some of the other areas where, you know, it's, you know, a much bigger scope. Yeah, and at least it reminds you after you get one how many more you need. Yeah, we got an expert belt. I think we already have that item, actually. Yeah, we've also got a den over there. We could check it out. I can't really say how many max raid battles we're going to be doing here, at least right now. We're going to have to do a couple of them for Pokedex entries. But that's probably going to be about it. I think there was one over here, actually. Yeah, there we go. Dee-da, dee-da, dee-da. Yeah, we've also got some Pokemon. I am going to be catching the Pokemon in this area, you know, before we leave. Because I want to make sure that I'm on top of completing this Pokedex, you know, as much as I can do today anyway. Because the weather changes in the Isle of Armor, so it's going to become harder to catch Pokemon another day if I don't get them today. I believe there's one on the sand, actually, that's kind of just poking out. There we go. T-Chan! Yeah, we got 12 more Diglett left. We're doing pretty good, actually. I think there might be one more on the sand. Whoa. Yeah, I'm not too sure what's going on with the screen there. You might have noticed that quite a bit when we were doing the Champion Cup. Where is it? Over here? Oh, there we go. Oh, we got two of them, actually. Deek! Alright, last 10. Can we do it? I think we're gonna be just fine here. I didn't think to look here, because I kept thinking that they couldn't be over here. But yeah, we got our second to last Diglett. One more! Oh joy, this is gonna take a while, I bet. Yeah, the last one was right in front of my eyes the whole time. AKA right in front of the dojo. Dippity! Yay! We found all the Digletts in the Fields of Honor! Yeah, that's one of many areas we'll have to explore to catch them all. But what we can do is we can go back to this guy and see what he'll give us, because we have way more than 5 Diglett collected for the first, reward. Oh, hello. Thanks to you, 18 more Diglett came back to me. You found 19 Diglett so far, so please find 132 more Diglett. Gee, thanks for the reminder. Number of Diglett that came back hit 5, so I'd like to give this Pokemon to you. I met this Pokemon in Alola, just like my Diglett. Yeah, so this guy will give you a Alolan Pokemon in exchange for finding his Diglett. Yeah, our first one is Alolan Meowth, and I believe you can shiny hunt for the Alolan Pokemon this way, and there are only some that you can get from this guy, so I would recommend saving your game before claiming your reward, especially if you want a good or decent nature for training up and evolving. Yeah, we're gonna not give you a nickname right now, but we will at least check you out and see if you're any good. Hey, you're a girl. How about that? Yeah, we got Rattled for the ability, which is kind of unique, I guess. You know, we get our speed stat boosted if we get hit by dark, ghost, or bug moves. Yeah, Lax Nature. That's not terrible. You know, I do like that we're getting a defense increasing nature on them. Yeah, and it's a dark type. Yeah, because regular Cantonian Meowth is normal type, so yeah, it's pretty cool. You know, we'll be able to see it evolve pretty soon, I imagine. Yeah, we're gonna send you to the box for now. If you find 10 Diglett, please let me reward you. Yeah, we can actually talk to this guy again and see what he's got for us. Oh, hello. You found 19 Diglett so far, so please find out more. We know. Number of Diglett that came back at 10, so I'd like to give this Pokemon to you. Yeah, we get a Slowpoke. It's a bit of an underwhelming reward if I'm being honest. Oh, it's Cantonian Slowpoke, actually, and I think this is one of the only ways to get them in this game outside of breeding, because you can breed to get both Galarian and Cantonian Slowpoke, and yeah, it's much like the Mr. Mime situation. You know, I don't know which one would give you what, and I know that there's a way to, like, get both. Yeah, we won't be giving you a nickname right now, but we'll at least check you out. Yeah, this one's holding a King's Rock, actually, so we could evolve up to Slowking right now. I'm not gonna do that. You can also use the King's Rock as a held item. I never did that myself, but you could if you want. Got Regenerator for the ability. I believe they can have a hidden ability, but you can only get that through max raid battles, and it might just be the Galarian form it does. Yeah, we got a special defense increasing nature, which is interesting. So the rest of our stats really aren't touched except for the specials. Yeah, we got careful nature. I will take that, I guess. You know, I guess not really the best nature I want to have on them, but you know what? I can always breed for it if I want, because I am going to have to get another one if I want to get Slowbro. You know, Cantonian Slowbro, I should say. Yeah, we'll send you to the box, and we'll send to the box as it is with its King's Rock. If you find 20 Diglett, please let me reward you. Yeah, we are one lonely Diglett away from that. So yeah, it'll be a while before we come back and we talk to this guy. I am going to be showing off every reward that you get. But it's not going to be, like, very soon, I imagine. Because I'm going to want to, you know, plan my trips when I have to come back here for something else.